Hey guys, it's Kenya, aka Taeman Rebel, and I am actually back for another drama review this time. So, recently I've been watching a lot of shows on and off, and because I've been in Korea, it's been kind of like skimmish at the same time. So, I finally did finish a show I wanted to review for you guys, and that is Search WWW. I've been so in love with this show since it started airing, and I'm actually really happy to do a review on it. I had notes and everything, but I was like, I like this show so much, I kind of remember everything off the top of my head. So I might not refer to the notes, and if I do, it's to reinforce some points. So let's get to this. So let's start off with the story. The story involves three very powerful women named Baetami, Scarlett, and Gakyung. Scarlett has a Korean name, but I just like calling her Scarlett. Gakyung and Baetami work for Unicon, and Scarlett works for the other competitor company called Borrow. Unicon and Borrow are two search engines slash web portal businesses who are like the top notch. They're like, compare them to like Google or Bing in America, or Naver and I forgot the other one here in Korea, but like Naver here in Korea. They're like huge search engine web portal companies. The basic story is that Baetami, Scarlett, and Gakyung are three very powerful women, very headstrong women, charismatic, goal-oriented women who want to make it in their careers. Baetami is the main character. She ends up in an incident with her main company, Unicon, and because of that incident, she ends up working for Borrow by being recruited. After she's recruited, we start finding out more about her and how she interacts with her relationship when she meets Park Morgan too. And we mostly end up focusing on Baetami, Scarlett, and Gakyung being finding out about their love lives and how they can balance their love lives with their careers, and what it means to be a career goal-oriented woman in a male-dominated society, as well as having to choose your career over your love life sometimes and how that affects them. Characters. We're going to start off with Baetami because she is the main character. Baetami is 38 years old. She was the director of Unicon, and now she is a director in Borrow. She is a very headstrong woman. She does not care who she has to step over or climb over to get to her goals. She is not a very empathetic person. If something she decides to do ends up hurting someone else, she's like, oh well, as long as it gets me to my end goal. That is her character. The pushy yet cold-hearted woman that you still kind of look up to, but at the same time you hate so much because she does her job so damn well, but she doesn't care who she puts down to get her job done. So when she meets Park Morgan, who is a 28-year-old CEO of a company that he created for music for games, a music composing company. He's a dreamer. He likes to figure things out and go along with the flow. Baetami is the complete opposite. She's 38 and she knows that she has to think about her future. She doesn't want to get married, but Park Morgan does want to get married, and with this is the biggest conflict between them. So we end up, once they do start getting together, we deal with, you know, the cute moments, but the sad moments, and the moments that you know that this might end in a breakup. It's very hard for them, but you really do want them to accomplish. You want Morgan to take Baetami to be more open and free, and you want Baetami to be able to get Park Morgan to think about the actual realistic aspect that she is 10 years older than him, and she has to think about him being younger than her. So it's really nice seeing that. It's nice to see how their relationship changes Baetami in her career as well. The second characters I'm going to talk about are Gakyung and Jinwoo. Gakyung and Jinwoo are the more mature, scarred couple in the show. They had an arranged marriage by his mom and her parents, and Gakyung's parents are really horrible people. You'll find out why. and Kagyeon has every right to be the way she is. She has no choice but to listen to her stepmother, so her character pretty much is down all the time. She bows her head a lot. She has this very reserved manner. Jinwoo is the supporting husband that she didn't think was supporting her, and she never realized until later down the road. He really despises the way her parents treat her, and he despises the way his mom takes advantage of her. But he has no choice in the matter either, because he can't go against his own mother, because of the group that they own, and they have a lot of power. So Kagyeon is stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to being able to break free from her from her mother-in-law, and then being able to run the company Unicorn the way she wants to be able to help run it. Once you start finding out her story, you realize she has no choice, and then you realize the decisions she starts making, which do still seem wrong in other people's eyes, have an end goal that nobody else sees and only she can see, and you start to support her a lot more. And Jinwoo is that very supportive husband that saw all of that and wanted to make it happen, so he supported her even though she felt skeptical, but he was there for her actually the whole time. And that's what made Jinwoo this very enigmatic and really mysterious character that you really didn't know anything about, but the fact that he was just there, and he was there to help Kagyeon no matter the situation. So those two I really feel for, and they were like the surprise couple that I didn't expect to like really care about in the end. So support Kagyeon and Jinwoo, please. they're amazing. Last couple I'm going to talk about is Scarlett and Ji-hwan. Scarlett is the brute strength, was an athlete, always took action before thinking type of woman. She is the one who will have your back no matter what when she starts to trust you. And I'm talking about her last because she's the main character to bring Kagyeon and Baetami together to like connect their stories, because she's Kagyeon's dongseng, and she's Baetami's work partner now at Baro. So this is their way of actually having all their stories interconnect because of Scarlett. And Scarlett takes shit from nobody. You realize she has a criminal record. If you watch the show, you realize why she has a criminal record. And there's a good damn reason to have a criminal record. She really is very empathetic, and even though she's so tough on the outside, she's huge romantic at heart. She loves watching her little romance weekend dramas, and you just start falling for her little expressions. She's so cute. I forgot the word for it in Korean. When girls like get extra cute when they're with their boyfriends. I don't know what it is. It's actually really sickening sometimes, but she does that, but it's not like overly like, ew, stop. But she's really cute when she does it. Ji-hwan is an actor who plays in the weekend drama that she likes to watch, and I'm not going to tell you how they meet because it's a very funny story and you should go watch the show. But when they do meet, Scarlett starts to become this very soft spoken, oh my god, I'm your fan type of lady, and it's like, where the hell did that come from? So Scarlett was like one of my favorite characters, and Ji-hwan was also one of my favorite guy characters because he was really open about his feelings, and he's just also a really huge softie, and he really liked Scarlett. So their whole romance was the most cutest, most adorablest, most innocent one out of all three. As far as their stories connecting, Scarlett had a lot of issues deciding between choosing Kagyeon and trusting Kagyeon when she was making those decisions, and being able to trust Baetami as her work partner. And she's also the main reason Baetami was able to be more open and understand how it is to work with a group of people and not just think that all the work has to be done on her own. So Scarlett is that very solid character that, you know, would wouldn't change for the world because she knows who she is, and she wasn't going to change for anybody. So highlights. Highlight one is that this show didn't portray one type of strong woman. These three women's personalities were all different types of strong female oriented strength. These complicated personalities were all still very likable characters, even though at times they were all bitches, and that's okay. Women don't have to be nice all the time. We don't have to smile for everybody. That's what society makes us think and what men make us think, but we don't have to do that all the time. Highlight number two was that romance was second to their careers. Romance was just a bonus point. It wasn't all their focus. They were so career driven, and when a man came into their life, it wasn't just about, oh my gosh, I'm going to just go ahead and focus all my attention on them. No, they had to really think about what this man coming into their life meant. Will he affect my career? Will it affect the way I think about life from now on? Will I have to change this? Will I have to change that? It wasn't just about, oh my gosh, I love him. It was, what will happen now for me to accommodate him into my life? And that was very important. Highlight number three, the men in the show were not one-dimensional. They were not flat in any type of sense of the word, because they all had their own issues. Morgan was the CEO of his own company. He had businesses to deal with, his issues with Baetami to deal with. He wanted to get married. Baetami didn't want to get married. He had his own complications. Gagyong's man, Jinwoo, he had to deal with the guilt of seeing his wife go through so much, but he couldn't do anything about it. And Seo Ji-hwan, Scarlett's man, he wasn't the most developed, but he still genuinely was just happy starting to like Scarlett. And you can tell that shift in his character when he started to like her, and it was like, dude, what just happened? And so he had the least amount of development, but you could tell he was there to make Scarlett a better person, to actually draw out Scarlett's innermost romantic, and that in turn drew him to want to become a better actor. It was great. These three guys were just as great as the women were. Highlight four, I don't ever talk about music, and there's a reason for that, because music doesn't ever really come to my mind when I remember a show. But this soundtrack is dope. This OST is dope. So check out Search WW's OST. My favorite is the main theme you hear at the beginning, called Search. Check it out. Highlight number five, we got to know so many of the side characters that you even felt them when everything happened at the end. When they were doing flashbacks, you felt that. And well, I felt that. And so I got to know them a little bit, piece by piece, just as Baetami was learning everybody piece by piece, and that was amazing. Lastly, I only have one con. One con. And that was just the camera angles. Sometimes the whole close up on the eyes and then drawing back and like really focusing on the eyes kind of threw me off, and I didn't like that. But other than cinematography and the rest of the directing was great. So like I always do, my overall feeling for this drama and for the ending. So these three women are great leaders in their own right. They had their faults, and that's okay. Everyone has faults. Nobody's perfect. And that was what made them also very realistic. Nobody's perfect. And I'm really loving that a lot of these Korean dramas are focusing on the fact that you can't be the perfect boyfriend or the perfect girlfriend, the perfect boss, the perfect CEO. Nobody's perfect. So to give them all of these different personalities and these dimensions has really shown me that these shows have really grown. And I wish to see more shows like Search WWW with very strong female leads who aren't just bitchy with each other, but really show that they are very career oriented, but also know that they will always have room for improvement. So yeah, just be a better you know? That's what the show taught me. Just no matter how high you make it, you always have room for improvement. That's what I'm taking from this. And let romance into your life, even if you aren't looking for it. Just let it in. Even if it doesn't work out, just let it in. That's also what this show taught me. So my overall rating, my drama list rating is a 9. It was so close to a 10, but there were some things I took points away from. Like, for instance, I didn't really like the cinematography sometimes, and there were some parts of the story that I just didn't care for, but that was just me. So I give this show a 9. It wasn't completely perfect, but that's okay. Nothing's perfect. That's my conclusion on Search WWW. This was kind of sporadic because I kind of said more things off the top of my head and going in a concise order like I usually do. But sometimes I think that's okay too. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I really appreciate it. Please share so we can get more reviews out there and I can get more recommendations for y'all, and to have more ideas for videos for you guys. And that, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I really hope you go check out the show because it's really good. You won't regret it. It's such a good show. And that's all, everyone. I will see you next time. Bye.